Hello guys and welcome to Vlogging Project. Today I've got something rather peculiar for a review, the Elephone S8. 6-inch Quad HD monster from China, is big, is red and it costs just about 250 bucks. In my opinion, that's one of the best phones, especially for Uber drivers. To see what I'm talking about, get your popcorn ready and let's do it, baby. First of all, let's do a quick unboxing. I checked the specifications, guys. I'm gonna leave this beauty aside, but have a quick look, guys. That's an amazing attention to details and I really love the color of this phone. Basically, that's the reason that I bought this phone in the first place. I just really love the color, guys. Now let's have a look at the box and especially the specifications over here. So we've got the Helio X20, a deca-core processor. That's a monster inside, guys. 4 gigs of RAM plus 64 gigabytes of storage. Now there is no micro SD card slot, mind you that. We've got a front-facing 8 megapixel camera and a rear 21 megapixel camera. These are both Sony cameras. Now under network we've got all the 3, 7 and 20 the European LTE bands which you need. Actually it's running Android 7. It has a 6-inch Quad HD screen, guys, 4000 milliamp hours of battery, fingerprint, gyroscope, blah 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 and all of that. Now let's have a quick look what's inside the box and after that we're going to proceed to design and build quality of the phone, guys. Nice little box over here. There's a bunch of stuff inside. So over here we've got a case and some sort of instruction manuals here, and the case, check this one out. You just slap it like that and there you go, you're good to go. Now that's a good quality case and it's kind of semi-transparent, so you can still enjoy your beautiful red color of the phone. And mind you something, this material is plastic, so it's gonna scratch rather easily, so you're better off with the case. But for the sake of the review, I'm just gonna check the case aside. What else do we have in the box, guys? Let's quickly have a look at that. Now inside here we've got a charger. I'm gonna come back to that in just a second. And inside here we've got a bunch of other goodies as well. Now there's the SIM ejection tool that we have. That's a 3.5mm to USB Type-C dongle, guys. Since the phone doesn't really have a 3.5mm jack, you're definitely good to go with this dongle. Now let me straight away jump to the headphone output out of the box right now. The headphone output is about average, guys. There is a good amount of bass, but it's just, I seriously doubt they've put a very high quality DAC into this small dongle, so it's kind of average, I would say. So yeah, this out of the way, let's go to the cable, guys. Now the cable is quite nice actually. I haven't seen that in any other phone, to put this kind of a colored cable. Well, it's blue rather than red, but I can't really complain really. And now let's talk about charging times quickly. Now these are my notes on the charging times, guys. Half an hour gives you 19%, 1 hour 41%, 2 hours 83%, and full charge takes place after 2 hours 45 minutes. Now that's a little bit longer than I expected, to be honest with you, although the phone do have a 4000 milliamp hours of a battery. But let's waste no more time and let's talk about battery life very quickly before anything else, guys. And the battery life has been a little bit of a mixed bag for me, guys. I mean, check this out. When I use the phone as my second phone only for conversations and Bluetooth, I managed to get 4 full days out of it with 7% of battery left, which means that actually this phone is not affected by the bad reception at my giveGAF SIM card here in the UK, guys. So I'm overall happy. I mean, that means that you can definitely use it as your second phone, guys. Now real-time usage over here, you can see my actual usage, not that heavy actually, and I'm getting 4 hours and 12 minutes of screen on time. Now that's the other day which I was testing the phone, guys. Screen Chrome and a little bit of YouTube, and 4 hours 26 minutes, which is not great again. Now this day Screen Chrome, not that actually heavy usage, and I get 5 hours 26 minutes, guys. And the battery life is I mean, you can see that it's between 4 hours and 5.5 hours of screen on time. Now for a 4000 milliamp hours of battery, that's not big, but consider the monstrous 6-inch panel on this phone, guys, and consider that the MediaTek processors drain quite a lot of battery as well. So I can't say, I'm very happy, but I can't say I'm disappointed as well. I mean, 4 to 5 hours of screen on time is still good to my book, guys. Now, every time I look at this phone, guys, I'm just surprised how well it looks and how it shines depending on the lighting conditions. It reminds me pretty much of the HTC U Ultra and the U11. Check this one out, guys, and it has a really good advantage over the HTC phones. The back is actually made of plastic, guys. It's not glass, so you're not gonna crack it if you drop it. But the attention to detail of this phone is absolutely ridiculous, guys. Check this out. The frame is actually made of metal. It's with the body color as well. USB Type-C port at the back, one microphone, one speaker over here. On this side we've got the reached power button made of metal, as well as the volume rockers in nice and clicky and again made of metal, guys. At the top we've got one noise cancelling mic and the antenna lines. On this side we've got our SIM tray, which is, well, over here. I really like that they even, you know, put the effort to paint the SIM tray as well. It houses two SIM slots, and unfortunately it doesn't really have the micro SD slot, but anyway, it is what it is, guys. And basically I really love the way the phone looks, guys. Check this out at the back. 21 megapixel Sony camera over here, dual tone flash. Over here we've got the Elephone logo, which is kind of embedded inside. It's not gonna go away anytime soon. And the screen, I mean, that's definitely the highlight of this phone, guys. Check this out. 6-inch, absolutely gorgeous screen. Fingerprint reader. It's very reliable. Actually, it works 100% of the time. It's not the quickest one available, but it's good enough, guys. Now, size-wise, how big actually is that phone, guys? That's the OnePlus 5T over here, and as you can see, it's just a little bit shorter, just a little bit shorter, guys. But of course, it's definitely wider because of this well design. That's 18:9, and that's the regular 16:9 aspect ratio, which makes the screen estate really huge, guys. I mean, that's absolutely ridiculous. Now, when it comes down to the screen itself, Quad HD screen, I can't really complain about the screen, guys. Let me show you a couple of wallpapers that I have over here. Check this out, guys. This display is absolutely stunning. Quite a lot of colors, very saturated panel. I can't really complain of the screen, guys. I mean, for a budget phone, this screen is way above its price range. I am very pleased with the screen. And what other thing about the screen, guys, let me show you what I'm talking about. Wait a sec. Now, when you go to settings over here, this phone is running stock Android, by the way. Absolutely no difference with the stock Android experience. When you go to display, you've got clear vision, you've got mirror vision. Basically, you can tweak the colors to the screen as you wish, guys. There are so many options. And as I said about the performance, I mean, Helio X25, as you can see, the phone is definitely quite snappy. It opens absolutely everything quite quickly, guys, so you're not gonna have problems in terms of performance. The phone doesn't really heat up in normal usage, so you're not gonna have any problems. It's really nice and smooth, and although it's a Quad HD screen, this processor is definitely getting the job done, guys. Now, one thing I should mention is that, check this out, absolutely stock Android experience. Of course, feel free to install Novo Launcher to your taste, but what's interesting about this phone is that you can use the navigation buttons over here. Of course, I have changed the design of the navigation buttons because the stock look, it doesn't really appeal to me. You can do this with this application. Where is it? Custom navigation bar. I have a separate video how to do that, which I'm going to link in the description down below. But if you don't want to use the buttons, you can hide them, and you can actually use this. Let me show you. You can actually use the fingerprint reader, which acts as a button as well. So basically how this thing works, you press it once and you go back. You press it twice and it goes home. You hold it like that and you activate the multitasking over here, guys, which is pretty handy, to be honest with you. Now, in terms of benchmarks, let's quickly fire up, where is it, benchmark. Okay, so that's benchmark, guys. As you can see, quite a high results everywhere. And if I have to say one thing about the performance, is that the gaming performance is not exactly brilliant, guys. I mean, most of the games work fine, but let me show you what I'm talking about. Now that's Epic Citadel over here, and I'm getting 43 FPS on full resolution, which is not exactly perfect, guys. It's definitely playable, but at some point you're getting a little bit of frame drops. Now that's the CastJob benchmark. I'm getting 26.9 average FPS, which kind of proves that my theory that basically you double that score and you achieve more or less the real-time performance. It's not very high, but it definitely gets the job done. Now I did an experiment myself. I used a special trickery to reduce the screen resolution to just 1080p, guys, and that's the boost that I'm getting. 30 FPS, not that much actually, and on Epic Citadel I'm getting 52 FPS. Now I don't really advise you to do that because it's well, it's a little bit buggy and you're not really supposed to do that, so keep the screen at Quad HD at all times as it is, because you don't have the option to change the resolution anyway. Now here's a quick example of the gaming performance, guys. It's not 60 FPS, but it's definitely adequate enough for most people, and the phone doesn't really heat up that much while gaming at the back. So overall I would say that I'm definitely happy with the gaming performance, guys, although again it's not the best, it's good enough for most people, and lighter games actually run quite good, guys. But let's just quickly see this because that's my favorite part of this game, guys. Every time I install it on a new phone I have to go through this section again and again, and it's just, check this one out. And the saturation of the screen, you can see the saturation, guys. This screen is beautiful, oh man. So yeah, let's move on. Okay, so there's the speaker, guys, full volume. I mean, the speaker is just about loud enough, guys. It gets the job done, but it's a little bit tinny and it doesn't sound that great, actually. I could have wished that they've used this small, tiny... By the way, check this out. Check this out, guys. Oh, here is your earpiece. Very, very cleverly hidden. And the bezels are not that big. Actually, they're quite small. So I kind of like this overall design. But yeah, I could have wished that they had some sort of stereo speakers, because definitely they have plenty of space in this phone, guys. And now finally, when talking about the software, you're not gonna see any updates of this phone, unfortunately, guys. I never really had even one update, and you're stuck to Android 7.1, and the security patch level is from September 2017, basically half a year ago. It's quite peculiar that actually the phone came out in October, I believe. But anyway, it is what it is, guys. So overall, software, clean stock Android, yes. No updates, but you can always root, install Magisk or whatever you're gonna install, and customize it to your liking. Now there is no team support or anything like that, just plain stock Android experience, guys. Now let's talk about the cameras a little bit. I'm planning to do a separate video on the cameras, guys, but briefly I'm gonna catch up with the cameras with you. Double press the power button over here, activates the camera. The camera application itself is pretty much straightforward, nothing special really, but you gotta be careful when taking a selfies like that, guys. The phone tells you to rotate the phone like that, so basically you gotta rotate the phone like that, and now you gotta make a selfie, but the selfie cam is over here, guys, and it's a little bit weird, but at least I like the fact that the phone automatically reverts these buttons over here, so you can take an amazing selfie yourself. Now the selfie quality is good, 8 megapixels. Now it's a little bit oversaturated because that's how I like the screen, but I mean 8 megapixel is good, and the good thing about this front facing camera is that it records 4K Quad HD videos, guys. That's very good for a front facing camera. Even the Essential phone and the Mate 10 and the OnePlus 5T, they can't record 4K, but this phone records 4K from the front-facing camera. Now at the back we've got only one camera, and these results are not very good, guys, especially the video quality is pretty bad. But anyway, I'm gonna leave that to the special dedicated camera test, which I'm going to put in the description once it's ready. Should be ready next week. By the way, check the amount of fingerprints on this phone, guys. I mean, it's a little bit hot. It's over 20 degrees here in the UK, so my hands are a little bit sweaty, but that's why you got the case, you slap it on, and you don't worry about anything else, guys. So yeah, that's about it, guys. It's time to conclude this video, and here is my conclusion of whether the Elephone S8 is worth the money or not. Now, depending on where you buy this phone from, it's about $250. And if you think about it, there are not many phones on the market which provide this excellent build quality, such a beautiful red phone which stands out from the crowd, guys, and such a beautiful 6-inch Quad HD display. Even some flagships doesn't have such a good screen, guys. I mean, this screen is easily on the level on the Mate 10, which costs well, double the money. So why did I say in the beginning of the video this phone is perfect for Uber drivers, guys? Because the screen is actually LCD, guys. It's not AMOLED, so it's not gonna suffer from any kind of screen burn. You can use it all day long, and the phone doesn't really heat up that much as well. So basically that's why big huge 6-inch phone with quite a big real estate, LCD screen, no screen burn. That's why if you're a Uber driver, consider getting this phone, guys, because it's gonna totally get the job done. Now the camera, the front facing camera, I'm actually surprised. 8 megapixel is pretty good. The video is quite good as well. The back camera is hit and miss. The video is quite bad from the back camera, to be 100% honest with you. The battery life is pretty much expected from the MTK phone, although it has 4000 milliamp hours. The sound is kind of in the middle, the performance is quite good, and the gaming performance is not top level, but it's definitely good enough for this kind of low end, not that heavy and demanding games, guys. So overall, I really like this phone. It's one of my favorite Chinese phones actually, and here I have to thank GearBest for providing this review unit, guys. I have been 100% honest with you. If you have any questions, leave them in the comment section down below, and stay tuned for my full camera test because it's definitely going to be interesting, guys. Thank you very much for watching, and see you later.